Brand new Superman footage is out from CinemaCon. CinemaCon? Yeah, CinemaCon. It's been leaked on the internet, and WB decided, no, we got to give you the full HD version, and they reacted by releasing the full sneak peek on their channels across socials. And it has been a while. It's felt like forever since we've seen new Superman footage. It's been like 3 months. And the disappointment of the Puppy Bowl. But finally, new footage. And I am here to react to it. So let's watch it together, shall we? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, shit, boy. Here we go. Let's do it. Fortress of Solitude. Ooh. This is from the previous trailer. It looks like Superman jacked up. This is the 5-minute preview that was playing before Minecraft. So now you don't even have to watch Minecraft. Damn. He is jacked up. Love the snow falling on him. This in front of a kid's movie. Superman bleeding. Shocking people. Whistle. Here comes Krypto. Love his hair. This is a vulnerable Superman. This is an everyman Superman. James Gunn directly addressing. Oh, Superman's so powerful. He's not relatable because he's got so much power. This takes. Oh! What? Oh! What the fuck? What the hell? He's jagging up, so he's gonna finish the job. He's gonna kill him. The doggy.
Take me home.
Okay, that has a different tone. Aw, the doggy licking him. Okay, now he's listening. Krypto's like, how? Superman's like, grab this. Krypto just wants to play. Play with Krypto, Superman. Oh, here we go. And the music kicks in. So they did a little comedic tone on there with the original trailer. It looks like the ship inside. Krypto knows how to open a door. It glows with the sun's power. And Krypto, he said, "You're a good boy." Superman? The robots! The robots look so good! What the fuck? This is crazy! Oh, this looks great.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate
Thank you.
it. We have no consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve. Meet 12.
Superman's like,
She's new.
He looked at me.
what? But you have no feelings, so it.
To bladder, kidney, large intestine, lungs.
With a healthy dose of yellow sun, we'll have you up and at 'em in no time.
Oh, the Fortress of Solitude can fucking shift.
292 times Saharan Prime, please one.
A medical procedure for Superman. This is something we haven't really seen. Kryptonian med. Whoa, it looks like it's hurting him. Whoa. Oh, I love this fucking shot. And the music kicking in.
He's back.
Kaiju scene with added few seconds. Jonathan Kent going to work. Broccoli haircut. Little clearer shot of that. Orb in the background. Superman flag. flying up in the air. Look up. Oh, this is so cool. A lot of the same footage we saw before. It's like a little improved in the graphics. One of the robots destroyed there. Wow. Oh, that looks good. Okay. July 11th, guys. Wow. That was a crazy preview. I did not expect that. This is something wholly different. This hits different, this trailer. There was a lot more humor there. There was a lot of fun. And showing Superman as vulnerable. This is Krypto is fucking precious. Like, it makes total. Yes, it kind of, it's like, it makes total sense though that Krypto, the dog, would want to play, and Superman, he's kind of a menace. I've been watching a lot of interviews with David and James Gunn, kind of describing Krypto and what he was inspired by, and he truly is, a puppy, a menace, and just wants to play. And so Krypto is going to be an awesome part of the film. So yeah, guys, this is fucking fantastic. So give me a second. Let's scan through this and kind of break it down piece by piece here. Give me 1 second. It hits different. We haven't really seen this kind of interpretation of Superman yet. So James Gunn is giving us something wholly new while staying so faithful to the character and bringing the comic book version to the big screen for the first time. Now, the Christopher Reeves films had its own kind of comic book, reality to it, but it wasn't exactly based in the comics. It was like, one of the earliest superhero films that was taking itself seriously. Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, early drafts written by the person that wrote The Godfather. And then you have the Zack Snyder universe. There's the Superman Returns, which was kind of a play on it with Brandon Routh on the original Richard Donner stuff. But that one, I just hated that one. It was just washed out, and the colors are really bad, and the deadbeat dad thing. There were some good elements to it, Brandon Routh himself. And then Henry Cavill, the Zack Snyder stuff, while I loved Man of Steel, and I will defend that film to the death, it is a damn good film. 9 out of fucking 10. The sci-fi elements ramped up, but it was more Superman in the real world. How would that work out? And then as the films went on, it just got so fucking morose and dour and dark, and by Justice League, it was just too late, and it wasn't really the comic book version of the character. What I'm seeing here from James Gunn's take is this is the comics brought to life. The fucking Superman Fortress of Solitude robots, this all-star Superman vibe, this even Silver Age cartoon vibes with the robots having the numbers on them. That is just so Superman. And if you're a fan, and if you're a comic fan, if you're a cartoon fan from long ago, you're in love with this. I imagine that it might feel a little hokey, it might feel a little corny to maybe mass audiences or people that were never really into Superman or that are suspicious about it. I can see that criticism, but I think a lot of this stuff is taken out of context. And when you give more context to these scenes, it's really building up emotional threads. So let's look at some of the reaction here. Straight up diabolical as Krypto bouncing off a severely injured Superman's back. I like it. All right. But to me, there is a lot more that's going on here than initially meets the eye. When you kind of see this clip out of context, I think some of the criticism I've seen is, why are the robots calling him Superman? You have people picking at everything. I just went through Twitter and I saw, man, the Zack Snyder fans are weirdos. I'm just gonna come out and say it. like the amount of hate that anything put out for this film is getting from Zack Snyder fans, and yet you just click on their fucking profiles and you know exactly, it's like, oh, this will never be as good as Zack Snyder or Henry Cavill. It's like, this is getting excessive. I don't understand people that live this way, but okay, fine, whatever. But a lot of the criticism I'm seeing is, oh, why are they calling him Superman? The robots would call him Kal-El. I have an explanation for that. I've thought of it. Why is he, screaming and as if he's getting hurt by the sun? There's another explanation for that. They say, oh, this writing is so bad, it's so stupid because the fucking robots say they have no personality, and then in the very next line they contradict that where she's showing emotion and say, oh, he looked at me. And I was like, there's an explanation for that. So I guess I'll fucking dive into that right now. The robots contradicting themselves, it's not an oversight, guys. It's going to be a plot point. I fucking promise you. Perhaps each robot has their own personality. That first robot that we saw, number 4, maybe that's Calyx, is very professional. He's all business. He's efficient. He's very proud of the job that he does. He's got that kind of personality. And then that second robot, 12, perhaps, she was built later and is less regimental, or they grow personalities eventually from perhaps learning and studying humanity as they're cooped up in the Fortress of Solitude on Earth. So they're probably looking at holotapes and videotapes of and studying the human culture. Or it could be that she's built on Earth rather than on Krypton in later versions, and that can give her the personality. But my suspicion is that all of the robots have kind of their own unique personalities. And what's so cool about that, and how James Gunn can play with that and really make it an interesting bit, is that Superman loves uniqueness, loves individuality, and personality, and I guarantee you he believes these robots, his helpers, to be living beings. Yes, they're robots. Yes, they're AI or whatever, but he's going to see them as just as important to save and protect as any human being. And that's why we've seen in promotional shots that he's shown to be in agony holding the hand of the robot as the robot seems to be destroyed. At some point, Lex or another villain comes in and wrecks the Fortress of Solitude. And so with unique personalities and with reasons for Superman to care about his caretakers, you got to do something, and James Gunn recognizes that. James Gunn knows how to get emotion out of us and out of his characters, and so far seeing Krypto be so playful, that first time, everybody, if you're a dog owner, that's what the dog does. It doesn't understand initially what you want, and it wants to play. And while that does turn kind of initially that scene was shown very, very serious and very somber and very cool. Now it's shown to have some comedic elements to it. I think that I think that James Gunn will find that good balance between comedy and seriousness. A lot of the test screenings have shown that. People are worried that it's just going to be one full, complete joke. I don't think so. I think that James Gunn understands the seriousness and the gravity of Superman, but that the need for levity, the need to brighten it up and make it fun again, make Superman fun again. Superman was way too fucking dark in the Snyderverse and unfun, morose. It was just a burden to be Superman. He wants to, have the kids running around and being Superman again, and this is how you do it. Creating friends around Superman, showing how hopeful he is and how good Superman is, the pure raw goodness. Just there's something about Superman that when you see him, you're inspired to be like him, to be a better version of yourself, and I fucking love it. So again, let's go through some of this. Another thing that people were upset about is when you'll hear he say Superman. you know, and I like his accent. It's Superman. Why do they call him Superman? They wouldn't call him Superman, people said. Well, if you listen closely, they actually also say Kal-El. So it could be that Superman himself has already told his robots that that's what humans on this planet Earth call him, and that he likes the name. And so the robots fucking call him that to honor that. That to me is fucking awesome, and I love it. And if you listen closely, you can actually hear somebody talking in the background, and it sounds like Kryptonian. So is this Superman's father Jor-El talking? There's been announcements that Bradley Cooper has been cast as Jor-El, which is crazy. I love it. I love that idea. That's interesting. But one of the things that I really like from the trailer is the fucking Fortress of Solitude is so fucking cool. Not the robots. The robot designs just evoke those Silver Age cartoons. They really feel comic book. This is so fucking cool. And if I was a kid and I was like, and I actually like Superman's suit. Yes, I wish the MCU lines were gone. Hopefully in future versions we can get rid of the lines and tighten it up a little bit. But I have fallen in love with the suit, the design, the set design, and the fact that the Fortress of Solitude fucking rotates. This is so fucking cool. It's so sci-fi. It's so comic. I love it. And I was thinking maybe but I love this idea that it burrows under the ground. And people say, oh, this is stupid. There would be a big hole where it is out. There's Kryptonian technology. They can fill in the fucking snow above it. It's like, Jesus Christ, people pick at everything. But I think would be really cool to get a unique Fortress of Solitude. Maybe it's a ship that can move from place to place. We've seen that it has that core to it. You see there's like a rock core that's maybe, and then there's a ship portion. So that ship portion and then the crystals grow around it is so cool. And that came from Superman in the 70s, the original Superman. And comics kind of adapted this crystal look because Krypton was Krypton, as Marlon Brando would say, does look futuristic, and it was the film with Christopher that actually kind of changed it to the crystal look. And I love the crystals, and I like this idea that Superman is powered by the yellow sun. That's really heavy in this particular trailer. So they're getting the lore right. They're doing everything right, and I think it's really cool. But let's talk about that sun part. If we come over here, we see Superman get hurt, and people are upset. It's, oh, why would the sun hurt Superman? It's like, oh my gosh. So perhaps Superman has fucking broken bones. Maybe he's in this vulnerable state. He's clearly jacked up. He's clearly bleeding. So the robots and the command console says that his bladder, liver, lungs are all jacked up. Probably internal bleeding, probably internal bone breaks. And, when he's being healed, the cuts are mending, the bones are resetting, the internal bleeding is correcting itself. And since he's in a vulnerable state, almost mortal, more human, that shit is gonna fucking hurt. With those things happening in your body, it's gonna fucking hurt. So that could be one possible explanation. Another explanation is getting hit with that much power and empowering your body with a magnitude of the sun's force is almost like a Dragon Ball Z power, like, right? I love it. I love everything that I've seen so far. And when I see people, oh, this is terrible because of this, because it wouldn't hurt him, or because they're calling him Superman, or because Krypto's acting stupid, it's like, all of the things that I see people criticize is things that I love, and I think makes this so unique and makes this a new vision, but yet still familiar and perfect for who Superman is. The pages of a comic are literally jumping up and coming to life. As you can tell, I thought that this promo was amazing. I will say, and then the back half of the promo is pretty much some of the same footage that we've already seen with, I feel like, a little improved graphics. Like they're improving and constantly iterating on the CGI. You can see here that this is clearly some kind of sci-fi creature now, and then there's a green beam here, so I think Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, is taking care of it. But how Superman is not reacting to it and not out there fighting. In fact, he has a coffee. It had to have been that earlier the other superheroes in this world are like, look, we'll handle this one. Take a date. Go on a date with your girlfriend, spend time with Lois. We have this. And Superman is, of course, yeah, and then he's right next to the window in case he's needed. I bet you it's going to be addressed that he wants to go out there, but, Lois is like, we need time. So I really, really like that. I think Krypto is fucking perfect. Finally, just want to say it. Yeah, I think he's going to be a big reason on why people love the film. He's a fucking menace, and that's how dogs act sometimes. And I've read some stuff recently that may be like, oh, man, with Krypto. I'll tell you here towards the end, but it also makes more sense with how Krypto is behaving and Superman's relation with him. I hope it's not the case, but I am almost certain it is. But I loved it, and I think it's a big reason why, it's a good heart for the film, and I think James Gunn has shown that he can, with animals, he knows how to get emotion. And then I'm actually more interested after this clip in how Superman, gets away. Who kicked his ass and who is not pursuing him? Why are they not pursuing him? Because he clearly falls out of the sky. Did he get punched with a super punch and flown across there, or are they already fighting in the in Antarctica? Like, what happened there? Or maybe it's a ruse. Maybe they're doing that. Superman getting some medical attention so that they can find where is his HQ. Where is his Fortress of Solitude? That would be pretty clever. So, I just thought it had the vibes were different. It's certainly a different take. It's a different take on Superman. It hits different. So I understand how people are like, this is weird. We've not seen this kind of stuff before. And to me, more and more, it feels like this is going to be a flash in the life of Superman. The movie is going to peer into a moment in his life where he's already busy. He's already been Superman for a while. And there's already other superheroes in the world. And Superman is kind of finding his place and asserting his ideas of what it means to be a hero, and what it, and this whole humanization of him by James Gunn, I think, is a wonderful effort, and I love it. And the more I see on this film, the more I'm convinced that James Gunn understands that he has done his research and homework on Superman, and that this is important to him. And a lot is writing on it. You can't avoid that. This is, the DC. Some people say, if Superman fails, the DCU is over. It's gonna no, no. It's not like if the movie bombs, they're gonna cancel everything. Supergirl is still happening. Several projects are probably still going to happen, and that can bolster, and we'll see Superman again and cameo. So I don't think, even if the film doesn't do well or bombs, it's not the end of the DCU, as some people are trying to make out or be drama whores about. Now, I will agree it would be bad, and it would be a bad start for the DCU, and it would begin the domino effect of potentially ending James Gunn's universe. But honestly, from what I've seen, I think that this man understands. This is going to be a solid foundation. We're going to have a new Kevin Feige for the DC universe. You know, Kevin Feige knows, and, you know, his production company and his ideas have really made, you know, MCU what it is. I was just watching Daredevil last night, and it's a Kevin Feige production. I'm like, yep, he probably put some ideas in there, and that's why Daredevil, you know, is starting to turn around the MCU Disney Plus television series. It's one of the better ones. So this is awesome. I'm glad they released it. Apparently, we're going to get a new trailer in front of Thunderbolts, but I'm confused because I thought, why would Marvel allow DC to advertise in front of their film? Does Marvel even control that in theaters? If anybody knows that, put it. But that's what people were saying, that the next trailer will be in May, and it'll be in front of Thunderbolts. And the media blitz is about to ramp up. It's about to go crazy. You know, we're in March, April, May, June. So I'm thinking May, June, July, we're going to get a lot. They saved that Super Bowl money from the Puppy Bowl, right? So there better be a huge marketing blitz. And the more I see from the film, the more I fucking love it, guys. It has been so amazing so far. Love all the shots. I've been reading a lot. Oh, so telling you a little bit more about Krypto. So I suspect, and if you don't want any spoilers, I've not seen the film. You know, I haven't even read any plot leaks, but I have a sneaking suspicion. I've read through a lot of the, or I've watched a lot of the interviews. So I'm gonna tell you, there's a reason why. You know, Krypto and Superman, because Superman in interviews are kind of talking shit about Krypto. He's like, he's a menace. He may not be worth all of this. Of course, he's, you know, in jest. But here is why, I think. Look at this. So James Gunn has said that he is basing the Supergirl film off of this particular comic. And if you look here, who do you see? You see Krypto. Krypto, at least in that version, is Supergirl's dog. Supergirl is the custodian of Krypto, the owner of Krypto. Now, I don't like that. I want Krypto to be Superman's dog. But my suspicion is that Krypto is actually owned by Supergirl, and Clark and Kal-El is simply dog sitting, and that's why this dog is a complete menace. So it's like when you're dog sitting your friend's dog and the dog doesn't listen to you, the dog just thinks you want to play. So, you know, I think that that's probably what it is, and that's probably Supergirl's cameo at the end. She, you know, returns. She was off planet doing her sci-fi film in space, and maybe she mentions Lobo or something to Superman, or some threat that they're going to need to take care of together, and then she picks up her dog. Boo! Krypto is Superman's dog. Yeah, give Streaky the cat, or what was her cat's name? I think it was Streaky. I love her having the cat. I want the super cat too. She can't have both. So if there's one thing wrong about James Gunn DCU, it's gonna be that the Krypto is Supergirl's dog, not Superman. But we'll see. Maybe, you know, the Krypto will want to stay with Superman on Earth. Anyways, an amazing trailer. I'm fucking loving it. I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing. Of course, there's going to be haters out there. There's this weird contingent of Zack Snyder fans that have already convinced themselves that they fucking hate the film. And no matter what is shown, no matter how much you try to convince them, they're just going to hate on it when it comes out. And I'm wondering if this terminally online internet attitude towards this, and then in promos, James is like, I want this to be hopeful. I want people to respect each other. Like, you know, that kind of stuff. It's weird on the internet, can blow up in people's faces, and people resent the film and get mad at it. So I don't know how it's going to go over, but I think, you know, for internet, but not everybody lives on X and Twitter and shit. And so I hope that all of these elements are going to play well with general audiences, and with Krypto, with the fun elements, the bright elements, the comic book elements are going to satisfy real fans. and to be fun again, and to be bright and hopeful again, and have good morals and messages and hope and goodness, I think, is going to resonate with audiences. So while it may not be gangbusters and kill at the box office, like I'm sure Minecraft is probably going to do better than Superman, I think word of mouth will eventually help, and it can make some more money on the back end. But probably just like the DCEU, the Superman film will come out, it'll do all right, and then other films after it are going to ramp up and do better in terms of box office. That's my prediction. But tell me what your prediction is, and did this new footage put you off? Did it encourage you? Do you see some of the points that I make? Do you think that there's far more to the footage, and people taking it out of context and picking at it, and all those reasons they picked at is actually, you know, explained in the film and have reasons. I'm just so excited. All these things are just going off in my head. It's a good time to be a Superman fan, guys. It's a good time. I gotta get me that suit because I love it. Maybe without all the MCU lines. But all right, guys. Thank you so much. Leave your comments down below. This is amazing. I can't wait. I love that James Gunn even plays around with the John Williams score. That's definitely in the film. I'm going to fucking cry, I think, when I see this thing. So, all right. It's just I love celebrating Superman with you guys. Thank you for coming to the channel. Thank you for listening to me go on and on about Superman, my favorite superhero. And tell me what you think. And we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.